Hi, I'm Mike Q. I'm the DJ here at both nights, and I like that programs like Calvin Lord and GMHC come here to provide services for our attendees.
PrEP stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis. Its counterpart is PEP, which is post-exposure prophylaxis. So I always like to use this metaphor when I think about PrEP and PEP. So PrEP is like birth control, but for HIV, and PEP is like Plan B, like the morning after pill for HIV. The most commonly utilized out of the two is obviously PrEP.
And it's actually an intervention for people who are HIV negative and they want to stay HIV negative. What it does is it decreases the chances of contracting HIV. And we are also bringing it now to the ballroom community so that we can increase awareness to the ballroom community around PrEP.
So what we want to do is talk more about PrEP and tell everyone about PrEP and start becoming, making it relevant in our lives so that we don't have to get HIV. No one has to get HIV now in 2015.
So I know PrEP is highly effective at preventing people who are exposed to HIV from actually seroconverting or actually ending up HIV positive. I think that is a very useful tool when it comes to HIV prevention, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity or even sexual practices. Somebody who is abstinent but planning on have sex would definitely be a good PrEP candidate. Somebody who is a sex worker and probably has sex with multiple people throughout the day or in any given time period will also be a great candidate for PrEP. PrEP is not meant to reduce your risk for other sexually transmitted infections like hepatitis, gonorrhea, syphilis, so on and so forth. It's HIV specific. So when you're on PrEP, it is highly important that you continue to use condoms or continue to engage in other forms of safe sex, you know, like non-penetrative sex or like mutual masturbation, so you can reduce your risk of actually contracting and spreading STIs to your other partners.
PrEP is one of the options that women have that they don't think is something that can help them as well to stay HIV negative.
PrEP is extremely important. Again, it's for people who are negative, and if you want to stay negative, it's very important to look into different interventions such as PrEP.
PrEP in the ballroom community, I think it is an excellent prevention tool when utilized correctly. So don't take your girlfriend's prescription of her Truvada because you know that Truvada is the drug for PrEP. No, you need to go out, go to one of these organizations, come to GMHC, go to Colin Lord, that's another huge one. I think Columbia, Boom Health, all these organizations and hospitals, they, if they don't provide PrEP, they know how to get you in contact with the people who can get you access to it. I know we are all in the bar community, and the ballroom and the floor and, you know, our houses are places where some very magical things happen. You know, 360 dips, you know, like femme queens showing all this body and selling sex. At the same time, we have to remember why we all came together in the first place. So let's continue to take care of ourselves. So when you see your girlfriend, she about to go out there, she about to go do her thing, make sure you tell her to either A, take her PrEP, or use a condom, or even both. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're seeing a physician, whether you're HIV positive or not, at least once a year. And make sure you see a dentist. I think it was, what, once a year or once every 6 months. Just make sure you get them teeth taken care of. You know, you keep your skin on fleek like Luna. So you can live and you be 50 and you be fat, okay?
You and I can end PrEP stigma.